We're joined live this morning on Breakfast by TSN Bar Down's Eric Kirk. Eric, I don't know, good, bad, ugly. There was so much in last night's game, a 6-5, shootout thriller, according to some. What did you take away from last night's game?
I just think it's nice to know that through all the change in management, all the change on the roster, this Leafs team has not changed in the fact that they love to give their fans heart attacks while they're watching the game. There was just a complete roller coaster ride. You see Auston Matthews score his 300th goal. You see a lot of goals that were just kind of funny tips go into the Leafs net that you just can't really blame Samsonov for, but you don't really want to see them go in. And then Auston Matthews comes through with the hat trick. He signs the big extension, so maybe he thought he should just do everything himself. And the Leafs pull out the win in dramatic fashion, go all the way to the shootout and get it done with Marner right at the end there. But what a crazy way to start the season.
Yeah, and it wasn't without a brawl, after that little kerfuffle with Bertuzzi. I think the Canadiens sort of had by a few points as kind of revenge, and then I fell asleep. I didn't know they would even it up and win, so that was a surprise to me. Eric, let's switch now to the NFL. What's coming up in terms of games to look forward to this weekend? But we can start with the Ravens versus the Titans.
Yep, we're heading over the pond to London, England, as the Ravens are playing the Titans. So at 9:30 Eastern, you can wake up early, get some NFL games started early. The Ravens really need to focus on not making mistakes this week. If you watch their game against the Steelers last week, it seems like all they were doing was dropping the ball, forcing the ball into places you just really didn't need to. Well, you look at this Titans team, they do a fantastic job at stopping the pass. Or stopping the run. So the Ravens are going to have to throw the ball to beat the Titans. And with receivers making costly mistakes, constant drops, they're going to need to catch those balls. So it should be an interesting game. We'll see who can limit the mistakes and come out the win there.
For sure. And speaking of London, Buffalo was in England last weekend playing a game. Pretty disappointing result from the Bills. I think for most Bills fans, we could agree on that. They only got there, on Thursday, two or 3 days ahead, which was a bit of a questionable move, I think, by many. In the meantime, they're going to be playing Sunday back in the States here. So let's talk about this game coming, because I think they need a little redemption.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it was a little jet lag or if they were a little tired from just traveling Thursday and playing on Sunday. Less than 48 hours is a quick turnaround to get off a plane for a football team. So they're going to be happy to be back in the United States, taking on the New York Giants, who really haven't looked good this year in primetime. And coming off a loss, I love the Bills to really show that they're one of the best teams in football. They don't like losing anywhere, especially on a big game where they're the only ones playing. So primetime games, the Giants haven't scored points at all this year in primetime games. So I like to see a banged-up Bills team kind of put the pressure on and show that they're still one of the best teams in the NFL.
All right, Eric, before we let you go, we've been asking our viewers all morning, and we've shared them as well. The Leafs have that new goal song, Pursuit of Happiness by Kid Cudi. What are your thoughts? What would you like to hear when the Leafs put a puck in the net?
I think it was a time for a change. They went a little far than I expected. You go from a 70s, 80s Hall & Oates song all the way to a modern club classic from the 2010s. It seemed a little crazy, but hey, if it works, and something need to happen. As for a personal song, I'm listening to more country than anything these days, so I don't think my music would hype anyone up after a goal.
All right, well, that's fair enough, Eric. Yeah,
maybe
listen.
It's I got friends in low places.
Yeah, if you're going 5-hole, that's for sure. Okay, Eric Kirk from TSN Bar Down, thanks so much. We'll look forward to talking to you on Monday about all the football action over the weekend. Talk soon.
Thanks, Eric.
Awesome. See you then. Thank you.